Right on time. Praise the Almighty. Okay. All right, you guys are on. Shalom. How you guys doing? All right. The internet must be back on the belief side. You got about 4 more minutes. Praise the Almighty. Feast of Unleavened Bread, day 7, finishing up strong. Woo! This is a tough week. It's a tough week, but I thank the Almighty. Just run out of material. Tough week. Not used to teaching 7 days straight. So definitely thank the Almighty. He always gives me the word. Um, Thank him for even waking me up for today. Uh, you know, some person didn't make it another day, didn't make it today. Thank the Almighty that I'm able to keep His feast and examine myself, see if there's leaven out of my heart. You know, thank Almighty for my children, my wife, the brothers and sisters that I have that I could call, fellowship with. You know, the few that there are. Praise Almighty for that. Um, there's some people that don't have, you know, their loved ones. So always want to be grateful for that. Yeshua's name. Um, Definitely thank the Almighty for work, employment. Even though I'm changing my whole mindset, is I'm done working for money. I need to work for assets. You know what I'm saying, but I need to work for generational wealth. I need it. Goal to have generational wealth. Goal is to have passive income. Goal is something different. But um, thank you for the employment to get me to that point. You know, to get me to that point and the jobs that come through. Some people lost their jobs with the COVID or anything, but thank the Almighty for our even small blessings. It could just be the small things, whether there's an accident, that the Almighty gave you grace and you didn't get into an accident, or you know, even small things, So praise the Almighty. How was it out there going without leaven? It was hard to eat, huh? Hard to eat some stuff, man. When you got to go out and run errands and you got to buy something to eat, it should be slim pickings. Slim picking, even tortillas. I'm like, all right, surely tortillas. Nope, tortillas have yeast in it, baking soda. Like, you're like, man, can't get nothing. Just do basic, basic unleavened bread, So, Lord willing, hopefully we get to a point where we could buy for some manufacturer, have our own little grocery store for unleavened bread, and we sell it to the saints of the Most High or something. I don't know, but definitely thank the Most High. I've seen some of those pictures people for the feast day. They're beautiful, you know. When you see a whole bunch of children coming together dressed in white, or brothers and sisters dressed in white for the feast day coming together, it's beautiful to see that there's people out there really at least keeping this feast. I don't know what standards and how they're living behind closed doors. First Peter talks about while they feast with you, their wells without water, clouds without wind, without rain, clear about with the tempest while they cannot cease from sin, beguiled souls made to be taken and destroyed. So we do know that there will be a lot of people dressed in white or wearing fringes are coming and feasting, but they go right back to cussing and lying. But just the fact that you see a multitude of people coming for his days. We spent so many years coming for Christmas and Easter and this false. There's a lot of people celebrating paganism today. A lot of people doing things are the child of devil today, and they think they're serving the Most High. Going to church to worship the devil. You know what I'm saying? Going to what they think is the church of God to worship the devil today with some Easter eggs and all that stuff. So lying on the Most High, saying he was resurrected today. It says bear no false witness. It says no lies of the truth. But really, I like to see those pictures. It motivates me and know that there's people out there. We don't see them because there's few people serving the Almighty in true holiness and righteousness. We don't see them, but we know they're out there. We know they're out there. So, praise Almighty. How much more time we got? Oh, that's about time. Praise Almighty. Cool. Shalom. All right, cool, cool. So, it's about time. Welcome. It's chilly, even though it's sunny. It's pretty chilly. There's a nice little wind blowing. But welcome to True Hebrews United. You know, through the Almighty Yeshua HaMashiach. Definitely give all honor to the Almighty Yah through His Son Yeshua HaMashiach. Definitely double honor to the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the teachers, the elders, the bishops, and the deacons across the whole planet. I am Teacher Simon. I'm one of thousands of people that teach this gospel in truth. There's millions of them that teach it in falsehood, but I'm one of many, and I appreciate all those brothers out there that's really causing people to repent from sin and come to holiness. Uh, all the brothers and sisters out there being the light of the world, handing out cards, feeding the homeless, being a witness, encouraging people, trying to propel people to get to salvation, to get to baptism. You do the work too. It's a body. There's people out there that you can reach that I can't reach. So go out there, brothers and sisters, being the light of the world, witnessing to people, fellowship with people, meeting people that don't know the truth and bringing them out these false churches and whatnot and getting them to holiness. All the brothers and sisters out there keeping His commandments, His statutes, His judgments, His precepts, and His ways. I appreciate you out there, holding the standard. All the people trying to get in the body, hey, I love you. Do what you need to do to be saved. If you know you're struggling with alcohol or weed or lying or cussing or movies, or you're struggling with pornography, anything, this is Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's the last day. It's a good day, time to examine yourself and write down everything you're sinning against the Most High. Maybe you need to write it all down and then make some steps, make some precursors. I'm trying to get to here, and these are the steps for me to get to here. You know what I'm saying? Make those steps towards the Most High, that way you can make it into the kingdom. So, all you people that like, watch, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as here, follow, comment, I appreciate you guys. All the people that serve the Almighty with honesty and true holiness, I appreciate you guys, people that I haven't even met. So, praise the Almighty. It's the last day. I got a couple scriptures, and I want to come at it a different light and really just give some words of encouragement. So let's get into the book. With all that said being done, let's let the fingers do the walking and the scriptures do the talking. Praise the Almighty. While you guys get 1 Corinthians chapter 10, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, I'm going to share a little testimony. So obviously, last what they call Sunday to Monday, but last first day of the week to the second day of the week, you would say. So, or second day of the week to the third day of the week. Last week, what they call Sunday to Monday. Obviously, I took Monday off because it was the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It was a high Sabbath. So then they needed us to work to Friday, which is Good Friday, what they call Good Friday, and they had to pay us double time. So I was like, hey, I'll do it for straight time. They're like, no, we can't do that because union rules, you got to pay. So I told him, I was like, well, I'm just going to take the difference and give it to you. He's like, for real? I was like, yeah, I'll just take the difference and give it to you. I'm not going to take the extra money. He was like, oh, I was like, why can't you just put me down as I didn't work Friday and put it on the Monday that I did work, that I didn't work? And then so he agreed to it. But it was a blessing, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the time I just take the L and I have to take that day off. And then I'm forced to take their pagan day off, but I let them know. They were surprised. Like, I'm not, I don't keep your pagan day. I don't want your pagan pay. Hey! I don't want your pagan pay. You know what I'm saying? It'll be no reason for me to say, oh, I don't celebrate Easter, but if I work on Easter, I'll take the extra money because it's Easter. No, I don't keep your pagan day. I don't want your pagan pay. I take it regular. It's a regular day to me. I want regular pay. I don't want no time and a half. I don't want no double time. I don't want any of that. Just pay me my regular pay. That day means nothing to me. I don't expect nothing. I don't want one benefit. I don't want to, oh, we have an Easter sale. You get these boots half off. I'll just pay full price. I'm good. I'll wait a couple of months until you have a normal sale, 30% off or whatnot, clearance sale or something, a normal sale that's not attached to any pagan day, and I'll just pay full price. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to benefit from your pagan days. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You can keep that. all day. So I thank the Almighty I was able to get paid, straight time, but I would have had a 3-day paycheck. Now I got a 4-day paycheck. So praise the Almighty for that. And then it lets them know, like, hey, I'm holding a standard. Money doesn't move me. You know what I'm saying? Money doesn't move me. My heart is grounded and steadfast in the Most High. So 1 Corinthians chapter 10, we're going to start at verse 13. Let's get it. It says, there have no temptation taken on you, but such is common to man. So anything that comes your way is common. If you're going through marital problems, if you're going through a death in the family, if you're going through job loss, if you're going through diagnosed with the sickness and don't know if you're going to leave, these are common to every person on this planet, right? Let's keep going. But the Almighty is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you're able, but with that temptation also making a way escape that you may be able to bear it. And so we're dealing with temptation as well. Girls that look good and you want to get at that girl, that's the temptation. No, don't give in to that. Don't give in to fornication. Don't give in to adultery. Don't give in to smoking weed. Don't give in. There's no temptation that's going to come to you that you're not able to take. There's some things that I believe the Almighty didn't send me through that fire, because when I was growing up in the Most High, I was not able to bear it at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was not able to take that at that time, especially as a babe in the Most High. There's some things the Almighty is just not going to send your way because you're not able to bear it. There's some people that the Almighty does not have me meet them again, because they know if I meet them again, the Bible says, breed all a brawler. And so it says, you know what? I'm not going to have him come, until the point you maturing, you can see him and be like, you can keep it pushing and you just pray for that person and keep it moving. But there'll be some times where I'm glad that the Almighty does not have me meet certain individual, because we're going to be crossing hands, you know. And most of this is as you're young in your walk with the Most High. But as you get more mature, you'll be able to bear more weight. You'll be able to go through stronger temptations, stronger storms in your life, and you'll be able to take these things. So let's keep going. He's faithful. He's not going to put more than, he's not going to break you. He will work you out. For you to grow muscle or you to lose weight, you have to put your body under some kind of stress, whether depletion of calories and whether physical exercise to where your body feels it needs to burn fat or your body feels it needs to put on muscle. You will have to stress the body, but he's not going to run you to death. Like I heard a horse, you could actually literally run to death. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to run you to death. He's not going to break you. He's going to put enough weight onto you, the resistance on you, to where your faith gets stronger, but he's not going to break you. Even though we think we're going to get broken by that, but we're stronger than what we think we are. Let's keep going. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. Uh, and I'll stop right there because he's jumping to another subject. The reason why I even hit 14 is because this is an idle day to a lot of people. They're celebrating Easter. I've seen some of the pictures and people don't know better. I really don't knock people that celebrate Easter, to tell you the truth. I knock the pastors that teach that, because the average person got taught Easter resurrection. The average person has not read the Bible. The average person has not even read the scripture where it says Easter in the Bible. So, you share with them the truth, but I don't look at them distasteful like I do teachers, or what they call pastors, or apostles, or whatever title they give themselves, these false ministers out there. I don't really look at people that, oh, how was your Easter? I just like, hey, I only observe biblical holy days. Isn't Easter in the Bible? Then that opens the doorway for me to share. I was like, hey, look it up. I'll Google some stuff and I send it to their phone, and now they have a decision to make, whether they love truth or they love tradition, whether they love the Almighty or they love religion. And then now they have that choice. That fork in the road is there, and the next year they're gonna have that thought. It's gonna come to their mind of what I said, even if I'm not working with them. That thought of, what someone told me this was false, and what are you gonna do? It says he'll sing a strong delusion that they believe a lie, for they have not a love for the truth. So back to 13. They have no temptation that have taken you, such as common to man, but the Almighty is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with that temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So the Almighty is faithful. We will go through different things in our life, and we need to sit back and reflect and realize, like, you know what, the Almighty's on my side. And as long as I just stick with the Almighty, I will get through this storm. So let's keep going. Give me James chapter 1. James chapter 1, and we're going to start at we'll start at verse 1. Book of James chapter 1, verse 1. It says, James, the servant of the Most High and of the Almighty Yeshua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings. It's the 12 tribes. Let's get it. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into divers temptations. So you and different or divers or multitude of temptations, different things come your way. And man, your body, your backs and your knees hurting, and then you have problems with the kids at school disobeying, then the job, people on the jobs trying to get you fired, trying to write you up for dumb stuff. You got a whole bunch of things going on at the same time. Let's keep going. It says, count it all joy, right? Knowing that the trial of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that in time you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So he's saying, let patience have his perfect work. Now, this is the trial of your faith. Even if it's temptation, like let's say, a woman's going through, is being neglected by her husband, and sure enough, that guy on the job, is a sweet talker, he got game, he's fresh, smell good, whatever, is hollering at her. You know, your situation is marital problems, but the temptation is that dude. With every situation that comes your way, like your car breaking down on a Sabbath, there's always a remedy to fall to sin. What you think is a remedy, meaning, I could just, call the AAA, but there's no selling and buying on the Sabbath. Well, I could just, there's a difference between you stuck in the middle of the freeway and then you're just on the side of the road and you could just come back and pick that car up after the Sabbath. There's always a situation with things coming your way with, hey, we really need you to work on the Sabbath, and even if money's not your God, the fear of losing your job, what I'm saying, will come in. Temptation or diverse temptations come your way. And so with that, this is the trial of your faith. A situation comes, here's a trial, here's a test, here's a midterm. What are you going to do? I'm saying, are you going to compromise? Because he says, if you deny me, I'm going to deny you before the Father and the angels. Are you going to deny the Most High and go ahead and compromise and sin? Are you going to get at that girl, get at that guy, pick up that weed, pick up that bottle? Are you gonna compromise? Are you gonna drop a standard? Are you gonna hold a standard up? Are you gonna hold the standard up? Like, imagine if you had a candle, and this is your candle, this is your salvation, this is your relationship with the Most High, this is your candle, and it's burning. And as you read and as you pray, it burns brighter and brighter. But when temptation comes your way, and you only have one hand, in order for you to pick up sin, you have to put this candle down. In order for me to pick up and commit adultery, or me to pick up that bottle, or pick up that weed, or pick up this, or pick up that movie, for me to pick up sin, I have to put this candle down. I don't have two hands. I can't just be sinning in one hand. No, I have this candle, or this torch holds two hands. There's no way. So anytime you compromise, you had to drop your candlestick so you could pick up sin. You had to do it. There's no way around this. You cannot serve two masters. Either you love the one or hate the other. So when you go through these temptations, remember that the Almighty's not going to give you more than you could bear. Even though it feels like, man, I can't take this. And sometimes you want to resort to sin. Sometimes you want to just say, man, forget it, dude. I've been there where so much stuff was going wrong in my life. I was like, man, I might as well just watch this movie with cussing in it. What do I have to lose? You get in these situations where so many things is wrong, whether it's money, whether it's relationship, whether it's this, whether it's your car, you have so much problems going on. You're like, man, where's the beer at? I might as well just get drunk tonight. I need some kind of relief. I need some kind of outlet. I need to escape all these things that's coming on in my life right now. And you pick up that beer and you get drunk. You get to the point where you just kind of almost stop caring for serving the Almighty for 2 hours. Like, dude, I'm just do me for 2 hours or 4 hours or a day, or some people a week or whatever. You just do you because you don't like where you are in your life. Manifold temptations, diverse temptations is coming your way. And you need to step out and realize this is the trial of your faith. Will you still be faithful to the Most High when 15 things is coming at you? And some of these things aren't going away no time soon. Whether it's a marriage problem, whether it's this, whether it's your mom's diagnosed with terminal cancer, some of these things aren't even going to be going away no time soon. There is no outlet. Oh, I could work my way. I could save my money. I could work my way out of this situation. I could do this out of. I could study. I could. Some of these things, there is no working your way out. And the trial of your faith is here now, but you don't see that. You're just caught up with the storm, and the storm is just going and going and going, and the storm is so big that you can't even see out. Just everything is the storm. Everything is the storm. You can't see nothing. There's no way to escape. And you're like, man. And you want to go ahead and just put that torch down and just pick up the beer or pick up an outlet or chase that girl or whatever it is. You want to do that. But this is the trial of your faith. And he's, even though the storm is super hard and you see no outlet, he's not going to give you more than you could bear. You could get through this. It says, let patience have her perfect work, and in time you will be perfect once and I'm going to read that scripture again because the wind just took it. All right. So give me James 1. It says, but let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So there was a time where, I'm talking about in like less than 2 weeks, man, my car broke down. I lost my job, and this my landlord had problems for my family coming out, and I had an eviction notice. I lost my job, and my car broke down. All I'm talking about, this happened in a 2-week span, and I'm like, the best thing I could do. There was just, and the union was slow. There was no just finding a job like that. Not in the union in San Diego. It's not that easy. So I was like, all right, I got me a little beater little van or something like that, whatnot. But that was like, any day that's gonna break down on me. So I really didn't have a car, and I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? The best thing I could do, the best thing I could do, is keep his commandments. That's the only thing I had. I was like, the only thing I could possibly do in this situation is to keep his commandments. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, I'm making their time and a half. I try not to put, I'm not saying I'm super balling or nothing, but I'm definitely not hurting for money. But um, who would have known the Almighty would have rose me to what I was making, and all my fellow journeymen were making in San Diego. I'm making their time and a half. Their time and a half is what I'm doing for straight time. I'm making way more. I'm pulling like way more a year than they're pulling, because I talked to some of the buddies down there. I'm pulling way more. And who would have ever thought? But what if I would have dropped a standard and the Almighty wouldn't have opened that doorway for me? And I'm still in San Diego struggling, stressed out because I decided to drop a standard. Who would have known? The trial came. And the only thing is I could be patient and let me just keep his commandments. And the Almighty got me through it. And really, you have to have that mindset, because what I've seen in my life is the majority of people that fall back to sin. I'm not talking about people that just got baptized and they were still sinning, they were still smoking, telling them they never repented. I'm not talking about the people that never fully repented, but the people that actually repented and they went back to a life of sin is because something came their way and then they just broke. Like a lot of women out there that are living holy, and you see their pictures. You see their pictures on the Facebook or whatnot, or you see their testimonies or whatever, right? And they're striving for the Most High. But year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 6 of no one hollering at them, and they are lonely, and they want a husband, they want a companion, they want someone they could talk to, they want someone they could cuddle with, they want someone they could laugh and joke and I'm saying wake up to, and massage or whatever, right? And because of no one's coming their way, the weight is so heavy for them. What they think is that they go ahead and marry an unbeliever. They go ahead and marry someone that says they believe, but they really ain't living nothing. And then less than 3 to 6 months later, now they're by themselves and lonely again. Or a year later, now you have a kid and you're lonely again. So now it's harder for you to find someone, because now you have to have someone that will want you and your kid. You know what I'm saying? So now you're not, your value isn't as high. You can't say your value as a woman is high if you have extra luggage. It's not. That's an extra income. That's extra. That man has to make extra money to compensate for that extra kid. You know what I'm saying? And so now the level, now your situation is worse because you dropped the standard. Is worse. But they thought it was too much. Like, man, I don't want to be lonely forever. Let me just go find someone. And they find someone, and that someone isn't of the Most High, and it's to their ruin because they dropped the standard, because they broke. They felt the weight was too heavy. I don't want to go, and I'm only going to get older. It's only going to get harder, which it is. It's only that as you age, it gets harder to find a gooder guy, a better guy, or a top quality guy, a high value guy. I get it, but at the same time, don't break. Stay faithful. Seek the Most High. Work on yourself. There's men out there that want holy women. There's men out there that do. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta just wait for the Most High. But let's keep going. Give me Psalms 18. And we're gonna start at verse 1. Psalms 18, verse 1. Let's get it. I will love thee, O Almighty, my strength. The Almighty is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, my Yah, my strength, in whom I trust, my buckler, the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. So remember, when we go through these manifold temptations, the trial of faith, remember, he's right there. He's with you as long as you're with him. He's with you. Stay in the city of refuge. Don't go out the city of refuge. When you go out and your faith breaks, or you feel that you can't take it, and you go out to sin, then you left the city of refuge. Stay in the city of refuge. You people that don't know what that is, read your Bible. So I will call upon the Almighty, who is worthy to be praised, so I be saved from my enemies. The sorrows of death are life. The sorrows of life. You know what I'm saying? Life will bring some sorrows. Death passed me, and the floods of the ungodly man made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about, and the snares of death prevented me. Are the snares of life, the things that come to you in life. In my distress I called upon the Most High and cried unto my Yah, and he heard my voice out of his temple, and the cry came before him, even into his ears. And this is when we cry to the Most High. There's going to be things in your life that is too powerful for you. And, and maybe as a man, I'm probably guilty. There's a lot of things that says, trust in the Almighty and with all your heart, and lean on your own understanding, and all your ways acknowledge him. He shall direct your path. And I have a mindset of, I don't pray for smaller things, and maybe I need to. When I go to start a business or a career change, I just, Almighty, I'm going to hit this stuff and let your will be done. And I just run, but that being said, there's going to be situations in my life that I can't hustle my way out, because I like to hustle. I like to strive. I like to try to do better. There's situations in life where you're not going to work your way out of it. You're not going to talk your way out of it. You're not going to save your way out of it. You're not going to just take your kids to the park a little bit extra and work your way out of it. You taking your kids to the park, if your kid's suicidal, extra, that might help, but you're not going to just talk your way into success. There's some things that is out of your control. And these are the times where you need to call upon the name of the Most High. These are the times, instead of going to sin, instead of dropping a standard, the trial of your faith is here. Cry unto the Most High. How many situations you go through and have you fasted? Go without food or water for 24 hours. Go without food or water for 24 hours, and then another 24 hours with just no food and just drink water. Fast unto the Most High. Seek the Almighty. Almighty, I need you to break these situations in my life. I need you to show me the door. I need you to give me direction. There's times when you're in the storm and you're just lost. You're like, dude, what do I do? Where do I go? What am I doing? Why am I even here on this planet? What is my purpose? Why have I worked and achieved nothing? Why is my marriage this? What is the purpose, Almighty, of me even being here? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to worship? Where am I supposed to work? What's going on? Everything is in chaos in my life. What's going on? And this is a perfect opportunity, because it's the trial of your faith, to humble yourself and get into some fasting. Maybe this is what the Almighty's trying to wake you up, because you haven't been praying, you haven't been reading, you haven't been studying, you haven't been fellowship, haven't been feeding the poor, you've been so busy in everything, so Almighty has to shut down everything. I'm shutting down everything in your life until you seek me, because he's trying to wake you up. But sometimes people don't understand it's the trial of your faith, and they go back to sin. The Almighty is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able to bear, but will with that temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. What is the way to escape? It's the Most High. It's the Most High. That's your way to escape. When the storm is around and you're in the middle of the tornado, you go up to the Most High. That's the way out of it. So let's keep going. Give me Romans chapter 8. He says he puts them in perfect peace, whose mind is stead upon the Almighty. We will get to this point, and I'm not saying I mastered it. We will get to this point through us going through so many trials that the things of this life does not bother you as much. And I've got to those points in certain situations, and I've got to this point where it's like, man, Almighty, what's going on? You know, help me out here. You know what I'm saying? And I just break down, I'm like, Almighty, I need your help. This is just way too much, you know. But as we grow in the Most High, we'll get to the point in our faith, will get so strong, and we'll be so grounded, and our mind is so set upon the Most High, that even if things all those same scenarios happen 10 years later, you're like, praise the Most High. We'll get through it. Praise the Almighty. And you'll have this peace. Like, I've been through this same exact storm 10 years ago, and I got through it. I've been through storms bigger than this now, and I've got through those. So every storm that comes my way, every manifold of diverse temptations that come my way, if I'm on the Almighty side, I will get through it. And I'm not saying I have that, I am at that point at every stage in the year of my life. There are some times where it's just the storm is just like, man, you know what I'm saying? What's really going on? I don't have that perfect peace to where I'm just like, all right, it's whatever. You know, and then there's other times where it's nothing. This is nothing. This is it. Let's go. I'm faithful to the Most High. I got the Almighty on my side. You know, and as we grow, more and more of our life, of our months, will have that perfect peace, and nothing can move us. You know, our roots will be so deep that it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be that tree that folds. I'm going to be that tree that after the storm and houses are torn down and whatnot, I'm that same tree. I'm that same house. When the tornado came and all these people built upon the sand, I'm the one that built my house upon the rock. That tornado came in Tornado Valley and my house is still standing. Or I'm that tree, and I'm that tree that's still standing. These big trees that are super huge, had more fruit, taller, thicker, they fell down. But me, I stood. I stood the test of time. I stood the test of the storm. I stood the trials of the Most High. I stood the temptations of the devil. I still stood. That's the mindset we have to have. Romans chapter 8, verse 35. Let's get it. Who shall separate us from the love of our Mashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine? Most of these things I've seen when believers, they fall into sin because things that could come in their life. The storm comes. The Almighty says the storm is going to come. You know, it's impossible that offense must come. Let's keep going. Or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword. It is written, and it is written, for thy sakes we are killed all day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Verse 37. Read this. Pay attention. Nay, all these things we are more than conquerors through him that love us. We're more than conquerors. We could conquer all these things It may take 6 months. It may take a year. It may take 5 years. But we could conquer it. We could conquer it. You may have that doctor says, hey, you don't have much time. Your kidneys are failing, and you go on, start studying, start making phone calls, start calling doctors from different countries. You start changing your diet. And after 5 years, your kidneys are back restored, back to a normal kidney. But it took time. You know what I'm saying? You could conquer these things. You know what I'm saying? You could conquer these things. We could seek the Most High through the Most High. There's nothing that could stop us. Even if we did die for his namesake, we're looking for a better resurrection. We're looking for a new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem. Our kingdom is not of this world. So we shouldn't be moved by the things that happen in this world. And I say that to my own condemnation because a lot of these things that go on in my life does move me. Not move me to sin, but it bothers me. It bothers me. And so even me saying that to you guys, I got to come up higher. I got to come up higher in that area. So let's keep going. So, verse 38. For I am fully persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Amashiach, which is in Amashiach Yeshua our Almighty. It says nothing's going to separate us. We're more than conquerors. Remember, he's not going to give us more than we could bear. He's faithful on that. So anything that comes our way, we could take it. The problem is we don't want to take it. You're at the gym and you see some person that right when it starts to burn, they put the weight down. But there's other people that it starts to burn and they know when it starts to burn, that's when those reps really count. So they need to pump out 3 or 4 or 5 more through the burn. And that's when the growth happens. Some people, as soon as there's a storm, they run from it. And yes, as a ship, you're not supposed to just be going through storms. But at the same time, as soon as trouble happens, they run. They run. They run. They don't want conflict. They're the type of people that when they want to cancel, they'll send a text message when they should call. Out of respect, call someone. If you got to cancel, call them. Don't send them a little text all cowardly because they don't want conflict. They don't want to face conflict or face the storm, a minor storm like, hey, I won't be able to call. Oh, why can't you come? You told me you were going to come. Oh, well, and really the truth comes out that you just flaked out on them. You're flaky, Kellogg's, dandruff type dude, just flaky. You know what I'm saying? Real scab type. I can't stand people like that. Keep your yays yays and your nays nays. Try to keep your word. If stuff happens or you forgot or something, that's totally different. Keep your word. And none of this coward, ooh, I'm a cancel through a text message because I don't want to call you because I'm going to have to take accountability for my actions through calling you. So I'll just send a text real quick and coward my way and leave through the back door real quick. That's what they do. And that's what they do in their life. As soon as trouble happens, they break. They break. Now Almighty says, man, I could give you this. Moses, you're going to go lead my people out. Oh, who am I? Oh, look at my speech. Oh, no, no, no. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He didn't think he was capable. He didn't believe he was capable. He didn't believe he could take that weight. And the Almighty says you could take that weight. And that's the same thing with you today. The Almighty says you're more than a conqueror. You're more than a conqueror. You could take the weight. You just don't want to. Because if I take that weight, I'm going to have to push and exert way more energy than I want to in my life. I want a nice little cruise control, press the button, cruise control, chill. Matter of fact, it's a straight automated car where it drives itself. I just chill in the back seat and I just want to chill my way all the way into the kingdom of the Most High. No, every once in a while I might need an oil change or, every once in a while I get in a little tiny disagreement with my husband or with my wife. And every once in a while the kids didn't clean their room, but it's not like they're ditching or something. Or, and you want this nice, easy, casual, it's always a sunny day life. No, Almighty saying that's not going to happen. Almighty says the trial of your faith will happen. Abraham, sacrifice your only son to me. Your only begotten son. He had Ishmael, but sacrifice him. There's a trial. That's a trial. That's a trial of his faith. Abraham, sacrifice your son to me. And then Job, I'm going to take everything from you, Job. Trial of his faith. And he was found worthy to be praised. Perfect, upright man, one that fear of God and good evil. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. The trial of his faith. And he was already obeying. But he had the trial. So the trials will come our way. But we're more than conquerors. Go ahead and we're going to finish off real quick. Give me John chapter 1. Gospel John chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 46. John chapter 1, verse 46. Let's get it. And Nathanael said unto him, Can any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip said unto him, Come and see. And Yeshua saw Nathanael coming unto him, and he said, Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. And that's why it's like true Hebrews united, because a true Hebrew is a person that's without sin. That we're not trying to live a life of sin, in whom is no guile, no deceit, no sin. And Nathanael said unto him, Whence knowest thou me? And Yeshua answered and said unto him, Before that Philip called thee, when thou was under the fig tree, I saw thee. And Nathanael answered and said unto him, Rabbi, thou art the Son of the Most High, the King of Israel. So it says, before you was even under the fig tree, before you even seen you, I saw you. You know what I'm saying? The Almighty sees us. But let's keep going. Give me Jeremiah chapter 1. Last couple of scriptures, we're going to go quick. Jeremiah chapter 1. We'll start at verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 4. All you people that take a little bit of time finding scriptures, you got to get your game up. You got to get your game up. So, Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 4. The word of the Almighty came unto me, saying, Behold, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thy came forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. The Almighty knows us. And he's there right by our side. He's there right by our side. But let me give you one more scripture. Give me Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. According as he had chosen us in him before the foundations of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children of Yeshua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So he knew us before the foundation of the world, and like we've seen in Jeremiah, and this is why we don't go with no abortions and whatnot. I would really like to have like some shirts that say, if Black Lives Matter, then Black people won't get abortions. I want to have that shirt. If Black lives really matter, then Black people won't get abortions. I want to push that. You know what I'm saying? I want to push that hard. So, anyways, uh, so that's the leading cause of death in the Hebrew community, by the way. But so the Almighty knew us, and we have to understand. Let's see if I get this phone call, right? I get this phone call, and or this happens, and a whole bunch of things is chaos in my life. The Almighty's right there. He's right there. It's not like he doesn't know. Look, I'm gonna be a prophet right now. Your rent is due on the first of the month. See, how did I know that? How did I know that? So the Almighty knows. The Almighty knows what you're going through. Some of the things he sent it, and some of the things the wicked one sends it. It's all going to be a trial of your faith. Will you submit to sin or submit to righteousness? At the end of the day, everything that comes our way is a trial. Whether the Almighty sends it or whether temptation comes your way and you pass the test, you don't give in to the wicked one. So the Almighty's there. I'm going to show you another scripture. Hebrews 13, last scripture. Hebrews 13. Hebrews chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 1. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. It says, Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Now, these are the ones you could see, like the ones that came to Lot or to Abraham, and you may not know they're angels, but there's angels all around. There's angels. There could be an angel right here listening to this message that we just don't see. Now, I'm using this hypothetically, and I believe it happens in every person's life, that a situation comes their way and there's an angel in the room. You don't see him. He's just there. Have you ever went to a house and you felt an evil presence, and there's a demon or an evil spirit there? And like matter, where you feel there's a presence, but it's a good presence, and you feel that you're being watched, it could be possibly a good probability there's an angel there just spectating. seeing what's going on, right? So imagine you going through this situation and the angel's watching, and you decide to keep your torch and hold a standard of righteousness and not give in to sin. And the angel's watching and goes to report that to the Most High. The angel sees that you're going through these situations, and you go ahead and seek him and you fast. When Daniel wanted something, he fasted 21 days, and the angel says, from day one I heard your prayer, and I was coming to give you the answer, but the wicked one withheld me. Michael, your prince, there was a fight just to give you this answer. And we're going through these situations, the angels there just watching you cry, watching the tears that come down from your face, watching that you're going through, watching whatever, your son might die because he got hit by a car. Whatever situation comes your way, and you don't pick up that bottle of alcohol, you don't give in to adultery or fornication, you still stand. The angel sees that. The Almighty sees that. He sees every time you cry. He sees every time you're happy, every time you're sad. He knows why you're sad. He knows why you're going through what you're going through. And then it's up to you to keep that candle in your hand, to let that candle burn bright, because you're more than a conqueror. The Almighty's giving you enough power to overcome anything that comes your way. You're more than a conqueror. He puts you in perfect peace of mind to set upon the Almighty. So hopefully that ministered to you. Praise the Almighty. I'm going to read some of the comments. Oh, and I probably got to read out of the book. I forgot. Did I bring the book today? All right, book. Praise the Almighty. Let's read some of these comments. The volume is bad. Oh, man. Oh, you guys can't hear me? I don't know what to do. Wish I read that earlier. Let me see. Did I bring the book today? Okay, I brought the book today. All right, cool. So once again, we're going to get into another spot. Come out of her. Let's see what we're going to bring to the table today. Shalom. Shalom, Munya B. Hey, Munya B, you need to call me. All right, so let's deal with we dealt with how it's not the cross and it's really a stake or a pole. So we dealt with that. Okay, we're going to use the word church. This is why I use congregations. The word church. All right, let's get it. Church. This is the word used by most English versions as a rendering of the New Testament Greek ecclesia. The word really means a calling out. So a meeting or a gathering. So I say congregation because it's in the Bible, right? So I'm going to go with the highlight. Churches to translate to Acts 19, verse 37 for a heathen temple. So this is why when Acts chapter 19, 37, when it says, and the church of, I think it was some false god or whatnot, the word church really means a heathen temple. So us saying the word church is a mistranslation. It was more of a congregation or a gathering, So whence the word church, then ecclesiastical sources give the original Kyriakon in Greek. However, to accept this, one has to stretch your imagination and attempt to see other resemblance. So it's dealing with the word church is really a heathen temple. This is why you notice some congregations, they don't refer to church at all, and I actually don't too. I try not to use the word church. So I'm gonna go with the other highlight where did church come from? English, the word church is English or Anglo-Saxon root, namely circle, C-I-R-C-E. The origin of circle or Circe and an encyclopedia or a dictionary mythology will reveal that Circe was the goddess daughter of Helios, the sun deity. Again, another form of sun worship. In this time, the name of the daughter of a sun deity has become mixed with the Messianic belief. So dealing with, why it says circle or circuit, circus, all those things comes from, some sun deity. It almost begs the question that why it may be more important for us to take more heed to Hebrew, because Hebrew language isn't sourced out or isn't some kind of form of false worship. The whole English language or Anglo-Saxon language or the Greek language, it always stems to some kind of pagan god. So it almost wants to point me to believe that maybe True Hebrews United should start learning some more Hebrew. Because obviously we're going to start taking these words church out, and we'll start and placing Hebrew words for church, or I'll say congregation and whatnot. I'm not going to say cross, I'll say post and whatnot. But it more and more words seem to point like, man, the whole English language in and of itself and the Greek language in and of itself is mixed with false gods and mythology. Like, you can't even have a word that's just a word that doesn't stem to some false god. Like, why can't you just have a word like tree? And the tree just means tree. It's not a root word of some tree god over here. But yeah, maybe we'll start pushing that. That might be a good goal, that I'll start learning the Hebrew words for church. Uh, instead of saying post or stake for the cross, I'll say the Hebrew word for it. And at least we're gonna slowly start learning Hebrew through reading our Bible, and then go from there. I don't know what you guys think about that. What you guys think about that? Shalom. All right, cool. Shalom, everyone. So, praise the Almighty. This is why we don't use the word church anymore. There's more words in here we're gonna start learning. Once again, I'm just showing you the small highlight. You probably can't see. I'm not gonna read the whole thing for you, but there we go. Let's see the camera. There you go. I'll just show you guys the highlights of it, of the origins of why we don't use the word church and whatnot. Use congregation or assembly, gathering and whatnot. So, praise the Almighty. I'll get with you guys later on. With all that set being done, keep standing. Don't drop standards. Give the Almighty hand clap. Shalom.